Hey Internet, welcome to Thermodynamics tutorial. This is a made-up question not found in your textbooks. Even though it's made up, it's most likely an exam question because part 2 builds on part 1. So the scenario is a car is going through a tunnel. The inlet area is smaller. The outlet is what we're trying to find. The first car is going at 91 kilometers per hour. The atmospheric pressure is 71 centimeters of mercury. The ambient temperature is 21 degrees Celsius. The car following the first car is at 83 kilometers per hour at a relative velocity to the first car. We want to find the power to overcome the air resistance, and we want to find the outlet area for the effective flow for air stream behind the car. Alright. Step 1, draw your free body diagram, your FBD. This will help you visualize the problem. So a car is going to the left, and the front of the car, the inlet. So air is coming in from the left to the right, and the car is going from the right to the left. So this area is given to us. We're trying to find the outlet area, which is this large one. So think of it as a small tunnel and big tunnel. Okay, and we want to find the power for the vehicle to overcome the air resistance, and we want to find the area of the outlet. So step 2, list all the given variables, find the unknowns. So velocity of first car, velocity of second car, the area of the inlet, so that's 4 meters squared. The pressure is in a form of centimeter of mercury, and the temperature is 21 degrees Celsius. So looking at these units, we're going to need to convert them later on. Step 3, find the power formula. So looking at our variables given, this is the formula that we will use. So mass flow rate multiply by the change in velocities. Both the velocities are squared, then divide by 2. So what's missing? We are missing mass flow rate. So step 4, find the mass flow rate formula. So m dot is mass flow rate is equal to the area of the inlet multiplied by the velocity of the first car divided by the specific volume. Another reason why this is a exam question is they like to use the same variable. So as you can see, we've got little v and little v. I've specifically wrote it out fully so students don't get confused. Okay. So why not just use big V? So big V represents actual volume. Specific volume is per kilogram. Step 5, find the specific volume formula. We're assuming air is ideal gas. In the question, they mention that air is flowing through the tunnel. So this is why we are assuming we're using the gas as air. So for the specific volume, it is R multiplied by T divided by P. R being the gas constant, T is absolute, and P is just pressure. Alright, step 6, find the gas constant. You can Google search, look up the table, or see the pinned comment. I cannot reveal how I got this number for copyright reasons, but it's all found elsewhere. Okay, so you need to find the absolute temperature because you're using ideal gas. For 21 degrees Celsius, you add 273, you'll get 294 Kelvin. So that's your absolute temperature. Step 8, you want to convert your millimeters to mercury, and then convert that to kilopascals. So we were given centimeter of mercury, So we need to first convert it to millimeters to mercury and then convert it to kPa. So we just multiply 71 by 10. That'll go from centimeter to millimeter. And then we use this conversion factor to get it to kPa. So our pressure is 94.643 kPa. Step 9, we can now plug and play to find the specific volume. So the gas constant of air multiplied by 294 Kelvin divided by 94.643 kPa will get 0.8915 meters cubed per kilogram. Step 10, we can now find the mass flow rate. So we just plug and play. So plug it into the equation. So 4 meters squared, that's given in the question. For your velocity, you need to make it into meters per second. So you got to convert kilometers per hour. So you need to divide it by this conversion factor. So you could just divide by 3.6, but that's a shortcut. I don't recommend it. Your professors will get mad because they want you to do it properly and have all the conversion units cancel out. Okay, so the mass flow rate, you'll get 113.4168 kilograms per second. Okay. Step 11, find the power. So now we can solve for part A, or the first part. So using the formula, we're just going to plug in everything. So this is the mass flow rate that we've just found in step 10. And then the conversion for your velocities. Make sure you square both of the velocities and then divide by 2. So the power required to overcome the air resistance is 6.09 kilowatts. So that's for your first part of the question. So moving on to the next part, step 12, find the outlet area formula. So using similar equation, we're going to rearrange the mass flow rate, and then we're going to rearrange it for the outlet area. So here's the final rearranged version. Okay. And this is why it's important to fully write out the unit, because as you can see, the symbols are both the same. So if you wrote little v and little v, you may forget because you're under exam conditions and you may confuse one and the other. So just write it out fully so you don't get confused and get the wrong answer. Okay, so this is an exam question because part 2 requires part 1 partially, because you need the mass flow rate and also you need the specific volume as well. Okay, step 13. So we're going to use the specific volume from step 9 and mass flow rate from step 10. We can just go back and have a quick look. So this is the working for your specific volume, and this is the working for your mass flow rate. That's how we got those units and values. So we're going to plug these into the equation, and then we're going to divide by the second velocity for the second car. Okay, and your outlet area will be 4.38 meters squared. Disclaimers: the method is correct, however, I do make calculation mistakes. I encourage you to solve it yourself and see if you get the same answer. Now, before we leave, I highly recommend that you save this video onto your PC, just in case this video or channel gets taken down. While I follow all copyright laws, sometimes things happen. You can do this by using snipping tool. If you never used snipping tool before, follow these instructions. If you're on a Mac, use the Mac equivalent of snipping tool. Click on the icon in your taskbar. If it's not in your taskbar, go to your Windows search, type in snipping tool, open up the program. Click on video option, click on new. Left click and drag the rectangle to cover the YouTube screen. This is just an example. Hit the start button in snipping tool, wait for the countdown, hit the replay button on YouTube, let the video finish. Hit the red square in snipping tool to stop recording and then save your video. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe. Share with your friends because this is a made-up question, so they probably won't be able to find it. If you got questions, comments, or if you find a mistake in the video, leave it in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to support me, become a member or drop a super thanks. Until next time, see ya.